Hello everybody, and welcome to our evil island. Yes, I think one might hardly argue that this is a nice island anymore after our freezer got regrettably overfilled during our last tangle with the forces of justice. But sometimes that's life. For us, we're still looking to become a fair bit more notorious. We have a valet here who's attempting to recuperate in a booth not staffed currently. He's not a very smart man, but nobody ever made that accusation. Now, here we have a little mistake we made during our last session. We set this door to 1 in the hopes that it would discourage people from messing with it. This did not help, but it has created a bunch of pests coming in. Pests, also known as tourists, of course. Moment, we have a guard working in the armory, keeping our cameras monitored. And at the moment, we have our force here, prepared to capture the key institute trump that they developed. Textile that has some very interesting properties concerning the reflection and refraction of light. Sounds fun. Let's steal it. Let's. Additionally, we're still awaiting our force of technicians to be bolstered. We can watch these people fumble with the traps for a bit. They really are quite chanceless when it comes to these things. At this point, I am quite looking forward to getting the opportunity to develop new traps, because I assure you, this is coming.
This is Brava Lopsang, broadcasting from the Tibetan Plateau, here to enlighten all of East China. I mean factual enlightenment, of course. It takes decades of introspection to achieve the inner harmony that I possess, and I hardly think I can just dole out that sort of spiritual enlightenment over the airwaves. The evil organization has been committing sinful acts again, flooding the region with negative chi.
Yep, more negative chi indeed. Mostly brought about as a lack of chameleon cloth, as the thing is referred to. We have actually 2 technicians in the world, so we can just send in our 6 workers, 2 technicians, and then we can have this team relocate into this part of Russia and prepare to acquire the sound of music. Our income is a little bit low, but I believe we will manage perfectly fine. Since we are also getting a lot of new technology, we are going to expand our control room a bit. The merits of doing this is that we will be able to place some of our new items in the room, and it will serve as encouragement to the minions. And the smart trap claims 2 more victims, as it does. And another thing, 9 workers. Perhaps later. I did say we were going to blow up the Fort Lancaster, and I assure you that I am a man of my word. have a pair of investigators who made it a little bit too far into the base. So we believe it's a good time to have them removed. Interesting. I think the explosion caused by that demolition actually ended up killing a guard. He really should have done his absolute best to be more resilient. I can't be expected to account for these things. Another option for him would actually have been to just move aside. Everything would have been fine. We have our staff ready in Russia.
Warning, high security door breached.
High security door breached. Is it the entryway door? Is it the control room? No, it's just the entryway. I don't see this as a high security door. I expect incursions there. That's why there are traps. Although, I don't think the lady is going to stop offering me her helpful alerts regardless. Here we have a pair of valets having a wonderful mess hall lunch. Actually, at this hour, I believe one might even say it's a mess hall dinner, come to think of it. I have a little bit of casualties here, but nothing overly concerning. And as we see the mission ticking down to its inevitable completion, we can conclude that we have another successful thieving opportunity on our hands.
Attention, citizens.
Excellent.
This is an official broadcast from Hammer's headquarters in Moscow. Hammer is here to keep you safe from our enemies, but we need you all to perform your civic duties for us to operate successfully. Earlier today, a cabal of villains perpetrated an atrocity in the motherland. If you know anything about this event, or suspect anyone of being involved, you must contact your local Hammer officials immediately.
And there we go. We have the sonic generator, a prototype machine that generates concentrated pulses of sound. This will maybe be useful at some point in the future. Who knows? We will find out. Now these people can all be relocated. These gentlemen here. This guy here. We need one guard here. Or technician, I'm sorry. We need both of them plotting. To find us new opportunities for evil. We also need 6 more workers. We will send in 5 guards and we will send the matron. A big crowd for sure, but this is a... oh, it's only a risk 1 mission. Never mind, we do not need such a big force for a risk 1 mission. Or would you look at this, we have managed to locate Mr. Nigel Ewing, the CIA operative. And his dossier says, Nigel Ewing, the ex-CIA operative who went rogue almost a decade ago, is reported to be in Tripoli. Ewing's business is gun running and he's currently believed to be in Africa with the intention of sparking civil wars just so he can sell illegal weapons. Persuade Ewing to put his warmongering on hold for the crime boss meeting. Yes. I will send... no, not Ewing, just the matron. We also have some opportunities made available to us. We can make an oil leak, or we can chic the rug. Sources indicate that Smash has been receiving substantial donations from multimillionaire Sheikh Azhar al-Jabbar. The Sheikh seems to think that his cash injections might purchase him some, well, I think the reading will have to wait for a little bit, while we ensure that our minions are safely hidden, and also blowing up a gold repository. There we go. Hello. Yes, hello. And she's running as fast as she can. Dear old lady. A highly competent woman, if fairly harmless looking. But as we've already established, this is not something we can allow to fool ourselves. For that would be quite a serious error.
Pacific Radio. This is Pacific FM, and I'm Larry Driscoll, keeping you up to date with regional events from California all the way up to Alaska. The story on everyone's lips today is the big felony committed earlier. No one knows who's responsible yet, but everyone's got a theory. Isn't that right, Bill? Yeah. Even the penguins in Alaska got a theory, Larry. Penguins are from the South Pole, Bill. Damn it, Larry. Why do you always show me up on air?
We are going to commence this mission before going for Nigel Ewing so that the staff on site will not be unduly affected. We see that quite a crowd of our guards have been weakened by our own trap. This is of course something we account for. It is ultimately not a problem. Our minion capacity is still at 48. Of course we aren't reaching there yet, so we are still not hitting a ceiling for what we can do with our employees.
This is the Pan-Arabic Wireless Service at 8 o'clock. The pressure continues to mount on Smash as they struggle to contain the burgeoning global crime wave that has now begun to affect the Middle East. A prominent oil sheik spoke out this afternoon. This outrage makes me question why OPEC members are taking our money to Smash when it's so obviously ill-equipped to protect our interests.
Yes, a very angry man. We have a pair of Patriot infiltrators, one of which seems to be a little bit confused as to whether or not he wants to keep his gun in hand or not. We have an infiltrator who thinks following construction workers into the base is a smart thing to do. Perhaps we will capture him and gloat a little bit. Always good to garner a bit of extra notoriety. Mission for retrieving Nigel Ewing is proceeding quite swimmingly. And the very substantial minion force in the Middle East is generating a significant amount of income for us. Hateful, 126 notoriety. Very good. I like the look of this mission. Perhaps we will do it after the crime boss meeting has concluded. Not entirely certain how many more crime bosses we will need to recruit to the course. That being said, we now have a little bit of a crowd of investigators.
Capture tag issued.
This man's name is Wing Dong. I think we should all take a very brief moment to appreciate this.
Intruder tagged for capture.
Maximilian will head into the armory to prepare to greet the prisoners in a suitable fashion.
Salam, this is the Pan-Arabic Wireless Service. The former CIA agent Nigel Ewing has long been suspected of smuggling guns into the Middle East with the intention of inciting civil war. But no concrete evidence has ever been produced until now. A smash investigation unearthed the cache of Ewing's weapons in Tripoli, but Ewing himself has managed to escape before he could be apprehended. He was last seen boarding an uncharted flight. Destination unknown.
Now let's see our objectives here. Bob Barking Kane, the respected organized crime boss from the East End of London, is the last of the major crime bosses. He isn't going down without a fight. Reports indicate that fighters loyal to his cause will be landing on our shores very shortly. We must show him who is boss, crush his men, and bring him to heel. So, there we go. We have a task for ourselves. Now, where might Mr. Kane's minions be? And they will not make it very far onto our... Oh, here we have a crowd of them now. Jubei, please give them a warm greeting.
Rage bar at the max. I use some menace Gojira. Sayonara. Ha! My blade is strong.
Yes. Jubei takes a very casual attitude to the offenses of these men.
Like a wind, I need silk cut.
And now we have a crowd of enemy operatives deep in our base again. But we will leave them be for now and await the matron's return.
Mission underway.
Provided, of course, that she does not find herself in trouble as a result of this mission. This is not something that's inevitable in any way, shape or form, really, because, let's be frank, this is a highly risky mission, but the reward should be well worth it.
Intruder detected on security network.
And our poison gas trap saves the day.
Warning. Hostile presence detected in base.
What's this?
This is the Pan-Arabic Wireless Service at 8 o'clock. The pressure continues to mount on Smash as they struggle to contain the burgeoning global crime wave that has now begun to affect the Middle East. A prominent oil sheik spoke out this afternoon. This outrage makes me question why OPEC members are sinking our money into Smash.
Oh,
So obviously ill-equipped to protect our interests.
Oh my, now we face ourselves with an interesting situation. We have attracted the attentions of Mariana Mamba, Smash's top agent. Now she is what is known as a super agent. Super agents are extremely bad news. You can see her. I think she's currently stationed in Africa. Alert, it's a super agent. Now, Mariana Mamba is perhaps the simplest of the bunch, but one should not make a mistake. Super agents are remarkably dangerous. You doing okay there, Mr. Guard?
What's this?
This guard seems a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're going.
Oh, yes. This is going to hurt them more than it'll hurt me.
Ah, here we have a collection of enemy minions fighting the agents of justice. Most useful.
This is going to hurt them more than it'll hurt me.
Do we have any further minion assaults from Mr. Kane? We do.
It's for their own good.
I'm not sure who Mr. Maxwell thinks he should be attacking. Ah, this Saber agent. I see. It is of no concern at the end of the day. On that note, we have second cursed totem pole section. Perhaps we should send some guards in for the task of retrieving this. I believe we will, because at the same time we do wish for some guards to generate income for us.
Object move order confirmed.
I'm going to have someone move this cell in the hopes that it can solve this guard's conundrum with where he should put the prisoner. Task complete. Excellent. I believe we have successfully convinced Mr. Kane that we are not to be trifled with.
Object will be moved shortly.
And here we go.
New objectives available.
It's time to hold a conference. Where we will discuss how things will be carried out in the future. Build a laboratory and start a research program. You'll need a research machine to analyze samples, data bank to store relevant information, and at least one piece of research apparatus with which to perform the actual experiments. A technology exhibition is currently underway in Japan. It might be a good idea to attend. Yes, indeed. Ah, here we go. Mr. Bob Kane, Kingpin of London's East End. A man who has made some very, very foolish choices in his life. He will live to regret them, I'm sure. Meanwhile, our guards will ensure that the totem pole piece is suitably acquired. And we will need to put it in the freezer to ensure that the negative influence caused by the... what was it, a shaman? Chieftain? A tribal elder, yes. The tribal elder's curse does not negatively impact our minions.
I'm all out of breath.
So here we go. Mr. Kane has now entered the building. And we're all ready for the Grand Conference of the Crime Lords, where we will explain to them our vision for the world.
Good evening. This is a World Service broadcast. There is increasing...
Yes, we will create a brilliant super weapon. And Mr. Kane has made some poor choices in life. Our control room, or our conference table rather, come with a built-in shrink ray. Excellent for disposing of unwanted villains.
Any time to sink.
And now, it is high time for these men to leave. And it's also high time to move this into the freezer. We will also construct a smaller freezer somewhere in order to house these contraptions. Perhaps it would be possible to expand the existing freezer to accommodate 2 more totem pieces. Once we have all 4, we will manufacture the completed totem and no longer need to store these pieces in the freezer. That being said, excellent work on the guards' parts. We will send them to the Middle East, where Mariana Mamba is currently occupying the territory.
Oh, well, I've never.
And in Japan, we have a mission to steal the research machine. We need 2 technicians, 2 guards, and perhaps we should send in some valets as well, but this is a very low risk mission.
Tag cleared. Prisoner set free. Intruder tagged for termination. High security door breached. Kill tag issued.
I'm confident in the matron's ability to deal with these people.
Time for their medicine.
It is good practice for them. Now, matron can learn a new ability. Motherly love. Not sure what this would accomplish, however, and I like the look of the electroshock therapy, so we will keep having her train up until such a time when she can use this ability instead. I think this is going to be what is best for us in the long run. said, I'm looking forward to obtaining the research machine. Of course, it's going to take a while. In all honesty, I think I would like to send another 2 technicians on this mission in order to shorten the duration of it a bit. Since the technicians knock it off by a ratio, we can be fairly certain that sending more technicians is going to provide us with a significant bang for our buck, as it were. And this valet is, I believe, replacing one of the technicians. Now this technician has thieving my stuff.
Red bar at the max. Like the wind using threat of rain.
I saw what that man was doing, and I wholeheartedly disapprove. Well and truly. So, now he gets to spend some time in a prison cell. In all honesty, I'm going to have someone torture him. Pathetic smash infiltrator. Well, that's what those traps are for. Oh good, the boat just left. We can expect to see our crew out in the wild.
Mission underway.
In 3 minutes, we will know if we have the research machine or not. Our technicians have received word that a brand new research machine is in development. This equipment would let us develop new technologies. The scientists who came up with the machine are showing it off at the brilliant Boffin's Bazaar, or B3, in Tokyo next week. This is an excellent opportunity to steal the machine and kickstart the evil research program. And what a machine it is. Isabel Cesar Carnes.
Weekend tag issued.
Well,
Intruder detected on security network.
she will be sorted out, just like all of them are eventually. It's a little bit of a shame that the entryway corridor is not covered, but I think it will be fine. Maximilian will, however, need to go stand in the control room for a little bit. We are having several minions with lapses in loyalty. Perhaps we are going to have one of them shot. It certainly is not. It's not impossible for us that this is going to be what will happen.
Prisoner interrogation order confirmed. Awaiting interrogation device selection.
Meanwhile, we have our technician locked up here. He made the foolish decision to attempt to steal from us, and
Object will be moved shortly.
this is unacceptable. Even if I do not want to kill him, because I have spent the time with the training, and it's a shame to have 2 losses, he will need to be punished. And since this is the only kind of non-lethal torturing methods I have available to me at this time, he gets the mixing bowl. Mariana Mamba has taken out one of my technicians. For sport, I say. Now it's time to start working on some base expansions. We are going to need... I'm going to branch off here. I'm going to put a little power room here. I'm going to put the main laboratory here. We can have a small archives area here.
Konnichiwa. Welcome to the evening broadcast of the Nipponese National Wireless Service. Tonight's headline continued to be the theft of the prototype research machine from the P3 event in Tokyo. This machine has potential to be very dangerous if it is to be used for evil purposes. And all 5 global defense alliances have vowed not to rest until they have tracked down the culprits and brought them to justice.
Now let's see what objectives we have. The laboratory needs at least one piece of experimental apparatus before you can start ordering experiments. Steal either the centrifuge, impact stress analyzer, or laser, then research some new stuff. The forces of justice are going to be a constant thorn in our side until they've retrieved the research machine. Build a fake and trick them into stealing that. We are going to get right on with tricking them into stealing the fake research machine.
Research will enable you to create many new...
Thank you. And we are going to produce a fake research machine. We are going to put it in here. This should convince any do-gooders that that is the machine they wish to steal, and keep them clueless about what is actually going on. We will, however, need some more turbines to power our things. I believe we can put... This is not ideal. Power rooms are fairly big places, and I would like... Yes, I would like to have at least 3 turbines put down. So, 1 here. I want 1 here. And, like I said, I want at least 3 turbines, which is going to be
Object move order confirmed.
a bit of a hassle to accomplish without creating any blocked off areas. Now you might ask, why would you worry about blocking off an area when nobody ever goes into the power room? And would have a fair point in questioning that. However,
Object will be moved shortly.
the problem is with areas is that if you make them completely blocked off from minion access, or for that matter, agent access, they are going to start tunneling into your base, and then they will shoot their way through your power generators. You will have an expensive problem on your hands. That's not something that we're particularly keen on.
New room build order confirmed.
I feel that we have
Object has been ordered.
a fairly successful room set up here,
Unpaused.
so we will start construction on this. As you can see, our power requirements are now in the yellow. This means that our reactors, power generators, are going to start progressively taking damage during the course of their operation. And a technician is going to have to dedicate full time to keeping them maintained. On that note, we are nearing completion, but we have a little bit of a choice that we need to make before I end this episode. We can only steal 1 of the 3 items for research. there is the frickin' laser. The research machine is useless without items of experimental apparatus with which to perform experiments. The laser is a relatively new invention that has the potential to revolutionize the world of science. By stimulating a research sample with bursts from a high-intensity industrial laser, new research options can be pursued. Steal the experimental laser from the research lab where it is currently being kept. That's option 1, the laser. Option 2, fool the press. We will definitely do this. This is not an option. We have alternative 2, maximum impact. The research machine is useless. The impact stress analyzer subjects samples to a punishing series of physical extremes in order to test the strength of molecular bonds, which can lead to improved technologies. Break into the research facility and steal the impact stress analyzer. And it seems that we are not actually being provided with an option C, so we have impact stress analyzer or the laser. Those are the choices, and I will request the input from people in the comments or likewise to see which item we will be going for.
Object purchase order confirmed.
With that in mind, thank you all very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and like, subscribe and all that noise if that is something that you are into. Otherwise, it's completely optional. Do take care, everyone.